Good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
So today's vlog, we're just... yeah, we are going to talk about surrender. Why are we going to talk about...
Why are we talking about surrender?
Surrender.
Well, largely because it's something we have been experiencing the need to do in our own lives at the moment. But also, if you look at the world in general, the media, your friends, your family, your work, things you're struggling with, often you see a lot of people creating problems for themselves or making themselves more angry, more anxious, more upset by pushing life, by forcing things and trying to control instead of just letting go, surrendering. Because some things in life you can't push
Or control.
and some things will not be beaten
No.
by our ability to control nature or science or think through things, or
No. And
there's sometimes nothing you can do.
yeah, like this morning we, I don't know, we were just watching an episode of House of Cards, and all of a sudden I just felt this sadness, and I don't know, and I was like, and Andrew was like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. And then
it just
yeah,
Jamie's in the mode.
I'm in the mode, but it's good because even though I still don't have any clue about where that particularly came from, but it just had to be expressed. And
that's all right if you don't know where it comes from, because a lot of time we can't be that in touch with our emotional
no, it's just
self.
if you feel it, then you can express it, and it doesn't mean that is crying for you, or like everyone's got their own way of expressing. But when you
could be writing or reading or going to the gym, or
doesn't matter
in
what
a
it
way
is.
that releases, you feel like
But
get something out.
And it might, in my case, it might have also been like last couple of days I've been helping a friend or listening to a friend of mine who is in a difficult situation at the moment, and she's very brave, but she's like, Jamie, I don't know what to do, and I feel really stuck, and she feels that she's been fighting for such a long time, and she's like, what can I do? And I said to her, I was like, the only thing you can do is surrender in that particular moment. And what I've done in situations like this, like I'm not in the situation that she's in right now, but I have been in similar situations in the past. And I always think about the scene in Eat, Pray, Love, when Julia Roberts, just in her first marriage, she just collapses, and she's not really... Oh, Julia.
Oh, Julia.
And she's not religious, but she starts praying to God, even though she's never been religious, or like to a higher power, and that was for her to just like, I literally help me. And by allowing yourself to be so vulnerable and so open, and just let go of all that control that you're trying to have, only then life can guide you in different directions, because then you allow yourself to be in a flow, and you allow life to take you on that stream and that journey. What did you want to say?
Well, I wanted to come back to the word used, fight. Now that's something I've been grappling with recently, because the word fight for me has always been important, because I've played rugby and I've like smashed into people and used force. A lot of pathways in my youth have been using force at the gym, but also in the media nowadays, and even a lot of movies, it's about fight, be a fighter, and actually now in the last year I've realized, well, maybe that's just because I'm getting older, but it's also because I'm becoming wiser, I think, to the fact that some things, if you fight them, they'll just fight back harder. And sometimes if you actually don't engage in a fight, then the thing will have no power over you. And I think it's important to not glorify this idea of fighting or being a fighter. Well, actually, maybe it takes more courage to let go, more courage to surrender, and actually could be more beneficial and more useful in the long run, and just cause you less pain and use less energy.
Yeah, and it's like these are quite big topics. We're talking about surrender, but you can also have them about smaller things. Like, for example, I've got a little lump on my eye, and I've had it for a couple of months. And if there's something like an infection,
And it's not that bad.
Well,
but
you can
to
see
Jamie,
it, but for
it's
me,
that
it's
bad.
really, really bad. And now I
Yeah.
went to the GP, and the GP said, "Well, you should go to the hospital." I'm still waiting for a letter, and I'm like, "Well, I have to have this letter because it needs to be removed." And then I'm like, "Well, I don't have any control, so I might
There's
as well
nothing that you
let
can
it
do.
go." And that's
Just-
that's a
Yeah.
smaller scale
But
surrender.
each one of you, I'm sure today as you're watching this, will have something, anything that you're, just that you're not maybe aware of, or you are aware of, that you're holding back or pushing against or fighting or trying to control. And our challenge to you this week is to try and find a way to just release that, let it go. And so the challenge is...
Yeah, the challenge is, well, we've got like an A and B challenge. If you feel that you just want to surrender, we found a lovely guided meditation about surrendering, which is, it's in the box below. There's nothing. There's just a pillow. I'm holding a pillow. But anyway, in the description box, there is a link.
Yeah, and you might find that useful. You might not, but it's
you can
there
try it out
if you want to use it. If you don't, then you can just meditate for yourself. Maybe do a 5-minute meditation just with some music in the background, and try and just meditate on what, if there is anything that you are trying to fight or control, that you might need to let go of.
Yeah. And that you might want to surrender to.
And you could do that by talking with your friends, your family, and helping, using them as a sounding board, for you to kind of search a little bit. Okay, what is this thing that maybe I'm, holding on to?
Yeah. So that's a challenge, and we'll see you next week.
Good luck.